So last but not least, you have the Floyd fights and the undercards that went along with it. Which one of you retards thought Guerrero had a chance in that fight? Any of you? Fuck no, you didn't. So please, please, please stop talking about this like this was some massive fucking undertaking by Floyd. Like, he literally chose the least of worthy opponents and fought and beat him easily. Mind you, I did say the least of worthy opponents. Guerrero being at 147 was, if Floyd was going to fight at 147, if 147, Guerrero's the legit opponent. But Floyd's not going to get beat at 147, guys. Stop trying to think of opponents at 147 that are going to beat him. Now, I've said before that it's sort of unfair to ask Floyd to go to 154 and fight these guys. But at this point, there's more competition at 154 for Floyd Mayweather Jr. than there ever will be at 147. Tim Bradley is not going to beat Floyd Mayweather. Devon Alexander is not going to beat Floyd Mayweather. And to that point, Devon Alexander does not deserve a fight with Floyd Mayweather, having only beat Marcos fucking Maidana at 147. Two 140-pound guys fighting at 147 does not make for rights for a Floyd fight. Fuck you. It's stupid. It's stupid. Fuck you. Seriously. Fuck you guys. With that whole Devon Alexander shit. Fuck you. It's dumb. It's just dumb. It's so dumb. Floyd needs to fight Canelo. Does he need to fight him next? No. He could fight one of the lesser 154 guys and win next. But he should fight Canelo in one of these next 4 fights. I think it's a legitimate fight. I don't think Canelo's too big for Floyd. Whereas at one point in time I thought Martinez was. But I don't think he is. I mean, Floyd is just not... There's no possible way Floyd gets beat at 147 right now. It's not going to happen, guys. Berto's going to do it. Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. He's not getting beat at 147. Guerrero, like I said, he was a worthy opponent because of what he did to Berto, but he himself has not done all that much at 147, and he could probably make for some good fights against lesser opponents, to be honest. The Berto rematch would be good. The first fight was good. Ortiz fight, I see people calling for Victor Ortiz versus Guerrero. That'll probably be a good fight. Yeah. So Mayweather cruises to a victory, and props to him. He didn't look like he had much ring rust. He looked strong. He looked like he was moving again instead of standing there. And I think that is probably the difference between 147 Floyd and 154 Floyd, is that the 154 Floyd plants his feet more. The 154 Floyd relies more on in-pocket movement, while the 147 Floyd can do the in-pocket movement and bounce around and move around the ring and stay on his toes. You know what I mean? There's that difference between the two versions of Floyd. Does that mean that the 154-pound Floyd gets beat? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. We'll only know if he decides to fight there. And you know what? I'm finding it harder and harder to hate on Floyd these days, and it's not because of what he's doing in the ring or his recent opponent choices. It's this whole Showtime deal. I mean, I didn't watch the build-up to the fight, so I didn't have a reason to hate Floyd going into the fight. I didn't have a reason to root against Floyd going into this fight, and that's the first time in a long time. And how nice he was after the fight, and I just can't, I hated him for his fucking attitude. He's a fucking dick, you know what I mean? But I didn't get that vibe from him after the fight. I really didn't. So my whole fuck you Floyd deal, that whole shtick is kind of disappearing because I just want to see him in good fights right now. That's pretty much it. That's my thoughts on that fight. The undercards to me were more interesting than the main event. Abner Mares versus Ponce de Leon. Ponce de Leon was giving Mares all he could handle to begin. But to my surprise, Mares didn't just rush in and start throwing punches at random, which, let's be fair, that's what he's been doing. That's I didn't see any other side of him up to this point. I didn't rate him very much because of that. I didn't see any real skill in what he did. He just overwhelmed people with random fucking punches. That's how so many of them ended up low on like Becco and shit. It was, just so many low blows because he wasn't paying attention to what he was doing and just winging fucking shots. This fight, I saw a more intelligent Mares, I saw a more skilled Mares, and I saw a powerful Mares. I didn't think he had really that kind of power in him, but he did. And he was turning the tables on Ponce de Leon. He knocked Ponce de Leon fucking silly. Now, the stoppage. At first viewing, when I first saw the stoppage, I agreed with it. I said, Ponce de Leon just looked like he was, out on his feet, blah, blah, blah. But after continuously watching this replay, I've kind of had a change of heart. He was fighting back. He didn't look like he was about to drop again, and maybe the ref should have waited until Ponce de Leon got dropped again because it looked to me like he was throwing back and he could have continued, and I don't know. It looked like when Mares was moving out, Ponce was throwing back, and that's when the ref stepped in. I just don't agree with it now. That being said, I still think Abner Mares was on his way to getting a knockout victory. He had Ponce de Leon's number by that point. I think Ponce de Leon had used up all of his experience up to that point as well. Like, I didn't think he had any more new tricks to show Mares, and Mares had him figured out, which again surprised me about Mares. I didn't think Mares had that type of boxing intelligence in him. So overall, impressed with Mares. Yeah. So, what else was on the other card? Oh, God, here we go. Rosado versus Love. You can make an argument that Rosado won the fight. You can make an argument that Love won the fight. By no means was this fight a fucking robbery. Just because Rosado knocked him down does not mean he automatically wins the fucking fight. Now, was it close? Sure. My scorecard, the original scorecard, and I've only watched it once. I haven't gone back to watch it again. I didn't see any point or purpose to it. It was kind of an unimportant fight to me. I don't really care about Rosado. I don't really care about Love. But upon first viewing, I scored it for Love. I don't remember what my exact score was. I think it was something along the lines of 8 rounds to 4, but with the knockdown, it made the scores tighter. Or it might have been 7 rounds to 5, and my final score was like a 1-point difference to Love. But by no fucking means was this a robbery. Rosado and all of his fucking fanboys and fangirls on Twitter just need to stop. It's fucking ridiculous. It was a close fight. Stop calling robbery every time somebody fucking loses a close decision. Get fucking bent. Rosado didn't win, in my opinion. Maybe I will watch it again, but like I said, I really don't have an interest in it. The only interest I have in it is what they're going to do next. Rosado could be cannon fodder for anybody at 160. I don't think he beats the top guys at 160. I think he does have a competitive edge at 154 where he could crack into the top 5. I do think that. I honestly believe that. But at 160, Rosado's not going to do much. He's a one weight class type guy, and he's tough, he's strong, but to me, he doesn't fight. He gave away too many fucking rounds early, is what I'm saying. And he looked like he was clearly getting outboxed early. And if he has to rely on catching up to somebody and really laying that one punch on him from time to time, I don't think he's going to get far. But we'll see. So, yeah. Oh, wasn't Santa Cruz on the undercard as well? Yeah, I believe so. I like him. He looks good. It was a showcase fight. His opponent was weak as shit. But, he looked good. So, I'll hold reserve judgment on Santa Cruz right now because he looks good right now against fucking nobodies. So, we'll wait until he's actually in the mix with some decent opponents before I start judging him. Anyway, guys, that's my past couple week roundup. I've already done my prediction on Peterson versus Matisse, but there's arguments on Twitter about it, and fuck it, I'll do another fucking video.